Hello, everyone. I am Michael Wright, the modern reformer. Glad to be with you all today. Today, we're going to be having a discussion that is largely based on a very interesting talk I had today. And so, anyway, the main premise is going to be etiquette and also conditional femininity and leveling up, self improvement, things like that. So, let's dive right on into it. Okay, so the conversation between me and this woman, it was very interesting, and it was in regards to just the romantic sphere. And she was telling me about how the guys in her current pool of spousal candidates, just her various options she has available to her, these guys are all less than desirable in her eyes, and just like, oh, Michael, they're bums. Michael, they're not worth being feminine for. They're not worth being submissive to. They're not worth being obedient to. Because you know me, I'm always talking about the gender roles. I'm always talking about matchmaking, so on and so forth, and how to get things back on track and how things are supposed to be. Yada, yada, yada. You know me. You know how I do things. So, anyways, anyways, she then goes on to tell me she exercises conditional femininity based on the quality of these guys. And when I heard this, it really just shocked me. It's just like, what? What are you saying right now? I'm really struggling to even comprehend this statement. What do you mean you're exercising conditional femininity? It's just like, and she just kind of explains and just kind of repeats herself. But I explain at that point, it's like, you understand there's a big flaw in what you're saying, though, right? You are a woman. What do you mean you are choosing to opt out of the qualities of your gender? Tis madness. It's madness. It doesn't add up. How can you do this? It doesn't make sense. And I'm trying to help her understand this. If you are opting out of the if you're choosing to opt out of the qualities of your gender, perhaps that is a clue to why you might be in that pool. You can't opt out of your gender's qualities. I can't even fathom this. You could never convince me to opt out of being masculine. I don't turn it off and on. I am masculine. I'm a stud. You got that? I'm a stud, baby. I would never even dream of such a statement. It's just like, and I've never even heard a guy say something like this. Never, not seriously. I've heard the drizzle drizzle people kind of just comment on this stuff, but the drizzle drizzle guys are really just mocking sprinkle sprinkle, and their whole point is really to just hold up a mirror and reflect the crazy behavior of the sprinkle sprinkle people. If you don't know what sprinkle sprinkle or drizzle drizzle is, just ignore it. It's crazy. Move on. Save yourself some time. But anyways, so this is not really a thing I've ever seen guys seriously ever say that they're going to conditionally be masculine. Because if a guy said that, that guy would be targeted in every aspect of his life. And not only would he be targeted, but the same women who are saying they exercise conditional femininity, they would even target these conditionally masculine men. I'm telling you, it would play out that way. That double standard is a real thing, baby. Let me tell you, it's just it is what it is. But no, men should never be feminine. And again, this is not really prevalent among men, but I have seen a lot of women say this actually, a lot. Whether it be women that I personally know or just uh, through the extended network or videos or whatever, I have seen this so many times now. So, ladies, I need you to really sit down and think about this. If you need to do some soul searching right now. If you are not following your gender's behavior just naturally, irrelevant of the quality of the guy you're involved with, Do you not think that hurts you? Do you not think that other people around you see that? And any potential good guy would steer clear of you a mile? You will never even find them. I hear all these women asking, where are the good men? You can't find them because they're hiding from you. I'm telling you right now, they're hiding from you because they are dodging you like the plague. Because as you just said, you are conditionally feminine, which means you're not feminine at all times. It's something that could go either way. Basically, the moment she gets angry, she's going to stop being feminine. You do one thing she doesn't like, she's not going to be feminine, which means she's not really ladylike. She's not really ladylike, and that's where etiquette starts to come into play too. It is very important. And when I say etiquette, etiquette can cover a lot of things. Etiquette can cover your gender specific behaviors, but it can also cover tradition and cultural procedures, things along those lines. Like with the guys, when the guys say they're opting out of not paying on a date or something like that, like maybe guys won't pay for you on a date, but they don't stop being less masculine, really. That's not going to happen. They're going to be completely masculine. They're going to be just as aggressive, just as assertive, if not more. I promise you, you walk in a room and you call a guy soft, you're going to see his blood start to boil and you're going to start to see a little testosterone kick in. See what happens when you call him soft. I don't care if you encounter the most flamboyant man on the planet. You start calling him soft, especially in front of the other men, he's going to start to bark back. He's going to get angry. Don't you ever call me soft. You better shut your mouth. Anyways, but for the ladies, you're not just abandoning traditional etiquette and cultural etiquette, you're abandoning gender etiquette. And that is quite scary. That's the tranny agenda coming in again. This is that indoctrination I'm talking about. And I've said it a million times. The Bible says it. Women are far more susceptible to things along those lines because the serpent always tries to go for the woman first. He did it in the Garden of Eden. He does it today still. She's the weaker vessel. It is what it is. So that's why I'm just offering this. It's not an insult. It's food for thought. Nobody should be acting against their God-given gender's qualities. Okay? You are intended to act a certain way. If you do not act that way in accordance with your gender, you're not a catch. And all you're going to get is bums. Same, if a guy ever did that, he knows. He knows he would never, ever get a quality woman. It's just not going to happen. You will not get a quality woman sitting there acting like a feminine man. It's not going down. It's not going down. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. If you've seen it, prove it. Because I've never seen it. And I do, in fact, mean a quality woman. Anyways, that's what you have to be. Certain requirements. No, actually, it gets more strict and more judgmental the higher up you go in terms of quality of a pool. Okay, that's how it is. These people uphold higher standards, and if you don't uphold these higher standards, especially something that is just so basic and fundamental that's just part of who you are. That's just life 101. Acting like your gender. You got a lot of growing up to do. You got a lot of self-improvement you're going to have to go through at that point. You're going to have to reevaluate life. You're going to need therapy. You're going to need Jesus. You're going to need to read your Bible thoroughly because you've gone wrong at some point. You went wrong. Acting like the other gender for any reason doesn't hurt anyone. Correction, it does hurt people, but it hurts you primarily, and it hurts the culture. It hurts our whole community. Not acceptable. Excuse me. It is not acceptable to sit there and try and spite a man by sacrificing feminine qualities. I'm not harping on the guys because again, this is not a thing I've ever seen guys really do seriously. Never. So, my recommendations, ladies. Well, I already said you're going to need to do some soul searching. You may need therapy. You seriously need to do some spiritual work as well with the Bible. And I would recommend etiquette teachers. I actually recommend etiquette teachers for men and women. The etiquette teacher is going to teach, depending on the quality of the etiquette teacher, they may teach traditional etiquette, cultural etiquette, and also gender etiquette, and so much more. So many other different forms of etiquette. But you need a good etiquette teacher. For you ladies, I recommend a channel called Lady Etiquette. It's on Rumble, it's on YouTube. You look her up, and when you see her, you're going to see a massive difference between her entire behavior, her appearance, and her demeanor compared to, let's say, a woman who exercises conditional femininity. You will notice the massive divide between them. The lady etiquette, there's no conditional femininity in her mind. She is a lady. This is her. Always. Always. She doesn't turn it off. There is no turning it off. How do you turn it off? That's tranny talk. It's tranny talk, people. So anyways, just come. If you are thinking of reflecting or practicing conditional femininity or conditional masculinity, whatever, your gender's conditional conditional behavior of your gender based on whether or not you like someone, you need to check yourself. You went wrong, okay? So just think about it. It's food for thought. Really, it is. It's food for thought, and I want everyone to understand how to improve and the fact that you got to level up. You're gonna get what you put out. If you put out subpar behavior, subpar etiquette, things along these lines, you're going to get poorly behaved candidates in your potential spousal pool, okay, or dating pools, whatever you guys want to call it. I don't do dating, though. You know me. I don't do that. So, we do matchmaking around here. Anyways, I hope that was valuable. Actually, I want to keep going a little bit further. Let's look at this. I want you to think about Mulan, okay? You ever seen Mulan? Yes, Michael goes back to Mulan all the time. Yes, I do, because Mulan is a perfect example of what not to do. What not to do. You have a woman who doesn't have a feminine bone in her body, which is crazy. I mean, she walks up. She's about to go in for a marriage interview, and how does Mulan show up? This chick is all ragged and dirty. She's got grass in her hair. She was riding on a horse, a smelly horse, probably hadn't even showered. Chick, are you out your mind? Is this how you put your best foot forward? What's wrong with Mulan? Anyways, I mean, I'm sure you guys don't have grass in your hair and so on and so forth, but the point is, she just doesn't get it, and she doesn't put her best foot forward. So I'm trying to help you understand you need to put your best foot forward. Mulan was so bad at this, so bad at being feminine, she had to write on her arm how to be feminine. Is that you? Are you so bad at being feminine that you don't know how to be feminine? And that you got to put the cheat code to be feminine on your arm? Okay. Oh my goodness. There was a scene in the movie as well during the song. It's all the girls who are going to see the matchmaker. They're walking down the street going, "Please bring honor to us, please bring honor to us, please bring honor to us." And they're just bobbing their heads back and forth with their little umbrellas and whatnot, like little porcelain dolls. And they're talking about being porcelain dolls and super feminine and stuff like that. And Mulan, she doesn't know what to do. So what does she do? She looks at all the other women and she just starts copying them. Because she doesn't know how to be feminine. Moral of the story, don't be like Mulan. Don't be like Mulan. She is crazy, okay? The only reason Mulan ended up getting any male attention is because Mulan was the only woman or the only woman in an army of men. Entirely men. She's the only woman. That's why she got some male attention. She ain't no princess. She was just last woman standing. That's all it was to it. Boom. And I'm sorry, you will not be last woman standing. That's just not how it's going to play out. You're not going to be totally isolated and with just surrounded by men, if you will, thinking you're going to get your pick of the litter. It's not playing out that way. You dream. You dream. So, don't be like Mulan. Don't try to fake femininity by writing it on your arm and just copying other women, because men will see through that. Gentlemen, again, I don't see this problem in you, but I brought it up before. Don't even let this problem take root. So far, it hasn't, and thank God it hasn't. Don't let it even take root, though. Let Drizzle has largely died down, and it, again, because it wasn't a serious effort, it was just intended to mock the spoiled sprinkle people. So, from what I can tell, we have not betrayed masculine behavior. We are not adopting conditional masculinity. I haven't seen that yet. Not seriously. Um, Anyways, I hope that's food for thought. If you want a better pool of candidates and you want to be involved in a better pool of candidates for marriage or so on and so forth, then you have to level up. You get what you put into it. Okay? It's very simple. Anyways, I hope this was informative. I hope it was beneficial to you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. With that being said, Modern Reformer is out.